Hello gamers and welcome back to NeueCraft, my first ever private SMP experience here on Minecraft 1.19. So, last episode we got busy with some cube-shaped mobs. Specifically the slimes. I've just come over here and topped up the slime shop and changed the prices from 1 diamond for 16 to 1 diamond for 32, now that we have so much of this in stock. Of course, Gray and I will still be splitting the profits on this as the only slime shop in town, but we may as well give people the benefit of the ease of getting slime now at the same time. We also got a boatload of frog lamps, enough for our own personal supply by converting our magma cube farm out in the nether, and yeah, got all the frog lamps we will ever need, including our little froggy breeding ground, which we built just over here at the intersection of 3 different biomes: the warm, the cold, and the moderates. I'm sure there's still a whole bunch of frogs in there. Yep. Too many. So, what are we going to do this episode? There's one thing that I've been wanting to do since we upgraded to 1.19, which is to build another 1.19 related farm. And that is going to be for a very specific type of material. Where is it? Mud. Packed mud, mud bricks. This is what we want. This stuff, this we get from mud, which is here, just normal mud, which I guess we need to make the farm for. And using this and then wheat, we can make the mud, packed mud and mud bricks. But wheat, oh look, I've actually got a lot of wheat in stock, at least here. If you remember a couple of episodes ago, I tried converting my existing ancient food farms way over there to be wheat farmers, and then I connected them up to storage, so all of their output in terms of their wheat gets collected, and it should come into storage, as we can see this iron doing right now. I don't think it's been working. I think I put 1 shulker in here to start with manually because I had excess of it, but I just don't think we've been getting any wheat, or hardly any to speak of. So we need a better solution to the wheat side of things. And of course we need the mud in the first place. We're not going to go just out to biomes and mine it. We need to make ourselves a farm. And we need to explore what options are available to us and do something that makes sense for our use case. So I think that's what we're going to concentrate on today. Mud. Now, the easiest way to get mud is to simply give yourself a bit of dirt, get yourself a bottle of water, and splash that dirt, make it mud. We now have basically wet dirt. Mud. Makes sense, huh? I love that noise. Splat. And then this guy we mix with the wheat, and that gives us, let's just double check the procedure here. Let's grab us a bit of wheat. So we take our mud brick, we combine the two. Oh, it's just 1 and 1. Okay, that gives us the packed mud. And the packed mud we can take to a stone cutter, and that enables us to... Oh yeah, this is exactly the same mistake I made last time. You don't do it in a stone cutter, do you? It's not stone. You just craft it. But I think I need more than 1 block of it anyway to do that. But that's how we'll get our mud bricks, etc. So in order to create a mud farm, I was going to do something a little different. I know you can kind of do these micro farms, but I wanted to do something a little bigger and a little more fun, something I've never tried before. So we're going to take a little walk down here, specifically at the very base level of our base here, where we have our villager trading area on one side and our mega potion brewing setup on the other. We kind of have our way up and down and into our tunnel through there. I just dug out this corridor. And what I'm going to do is stick this farm over here, but I'm going to need a fair amount of space for this guy. This is not going to be a micro farm, like I said, it's going to be a macro farm. It's going to be pretty chunky and yeah, a little bit different than your average mud farm, I would say. Inspired by Mr. B00-100, who did something not dissimilar on his single player Let's Play that I've been enjoying very much this year. And inspired by him, I came up with my own design. And first I'm going to excavate a bit of room and then show you how I'm going to build this mud farm. So that's about the size of the hole we're going to need for this farm design that I've come up with. It goes all the way down there too. And now to go gather my materials, and for the fun bit, let's build this thing. Okay, let us go and check out how this farm has come out, because it is ready to test. I haven't actually tested it myself yet, but everything should be working in theory. What have we done? Underneath the bed here, underneath the deck, we have a large piston array that's just a series of powering all of these pistons all at once with a whole load of torches and repeaters, etc. That's connected up here to a timer, so let me grab a block of dirt and I can demo what will happen there. So once dirt hits this piston, you'll see the whole thing should get pushed up. And in theory, that should only happen once an entire row gets pushed up along here, because we're going to be placing dirt here into this piston, and it's going to be pushing it along. Every time it does, every time this fires, there are water bottles in here that are going to get recycled from here, and those, put a bit of dirt there for the time being, get pushed out through here and refilled with empties from underneath. And yeah, what we're going to do is build up a line. So let me start by just showing you this. I know what I've done. 1 second, I accidentally removed a torch, I believe, that should be sitting in there. Give me 1 second. So this torch is a very important part of the puzzle here, because that sits in there. We have dirt up against here, and when we place a block here, it completes the circuit that powers the piston and then in turn powers the dropper. So, like so. What that does is the dispenser spits out the water bottle, or spits out the water, sorry, onto the dirt, turning it into mud, and the empty bottle gets recycled and gets put back into the system, refilling itself and ending up back in here. And that's going to continue doing so until it reaches the end here. All we've got to do is sit here holding right click. There we go, that was the one. And when a block hits here, those pistons all fire and push this outer row. And that will continue to happen until all of these rows populate all the way to here. And when that last row gets to here, that in turn will push all that entire layer of mud up. And it will keep doing that until it gets to the push limit, until it's 12 high. When it's 12 high, what we should end up with, if I've measured this out correctly, is a mud cube this tall. Then all we need to do is whip out our shovel and take away the whole thing, which should be fun. So what I'm going to do is AFK here with the right mouse button held down for a little bit. Just sticking dirt blocks here. Oh, and I've put a dispenser this side as well, feeding them to me. So I've got dirt powering into this dispenser that also gets fired, so I never run out. Is the theory. So I can just sit here holding right click. You can see we've got another layer of this done until this entire thing completely fills up. So give me a minute and I'll show you what it looks like when we've got a cube in here. Alright, we have hit push limit. Whoa, check that out. That is a big old cube of mud. Fantastic, let's go have a look. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun to take out. And Yeah, this is by no means the most efficient mud farm you can create, everyone, but the goal here was not efficiency by any means. I would have just made one of the little micro farm designs if that was the case. I was just quite keen to try this sort of cube concept and have a bit of fun in the process, and I love the results. Oh, and I didn't even draw attention to the fact that I decorated the room in here too as well. Look at this. I put this decor all around the outside and the floor down there. Tried to make it look nice and tidy. So next we're gonna do the fun part, which is to mine away this entire cube. There we go, the mud cube has been demolished, and the answer to how much we get is that. It's like 19.5 stacks. Pretty good, not bad at all. Just a reminder, this is not the most efficient way to do this by any means. It's just a bit of fun, and I hadn't made one of these cube generating farms before, so I'm glad I did it. Really happy, and look at the results. Great. Mud on its own is just one part of the equation here. We obviously need to get the required materials to make mud bricks, which involves us getting some wheat. Wheat is the next thing on the list, and I've got some ideas. Now, my current wheat situation isn't all that great. A few episodes ago, I did try improving my villager food farms to make them more efficient and wheat focused. Didn't go so well. Haven't been getting an awful lot of wheat from that, so basically just hasn't worked. So what are my other options? I mean, I could come out here anytime and just manually harvest all of the wheat out in these fields. All well and good, but it's more the planting that is the real painful part. It just takes way too long, so we need to come up with an alternative solution. And so I think the best solution for this is going to be using a mini farm. So I've gone ahead and found a little corner of my base where I think a mini farm will be best suited to live, just down here by my overflow storage. And yes, I've dug myself a little hole here. This is going to be my micro farm area, so we're going to have a few little micro farms in this world, that's for sure. Oh, I need to replace that spruce stair there. And this is going to be one of the spaces, so I have made myself a little wheat farm here. I've got a big space here. I think I'm going to put a concrete thing here, concrete maker. We'll probably extend this room at some point and get in some of the flower farms, stuff like that, just to be a bit more self-sufficient. This looks like a bit of a mess, but this is a pretty straightforward 3 dispenser bone meal system. So 3 dispensers, one at the back there, all pointing into here. These are all fed by 2 hoppers into each, hence this mess of hoppers and shulkers. And then we've just got a simple observer clock, 2 of them in fact, which power all 3 all at once. And we have done a bit of testing here to make sure it works, and all we need to do is flick it on. Dispensers will just fire continuously, and then we need to just get our timing right, and there we go. Hold left and right button at the same time, aiming at this obsidian block, which will never break. And underneath here we've got a hopper. There's obviously a waterlogged block behind the dirt to keep it saturated, and there's a hopper underneath here. And we're collecting a lot of it in our inventory as well, because it's flying all over the place. But you know, once our inventory gets full, the hopper should pick everything up anyway, and it should all end up in that chest immediately underneath. So this gives us a way to get ourselves a lot of food really fast. Phew, that's awesome. So the other thing we want to do is ensure this is AFKable, because this is going to fill up pretty quick, right? So what we want to do is we want to tap into bulk storage here, because we have a wheat filter already set up. It's right here. So what we want to do is get the output of that farm, get it up there. So we're going to be taking the output right here and dumping it up there somehow. So that's my next challenge. Okay, so at the top of our bulk storage here, we've got another input line coming in. that goes all the way over to there, where there's a water elevator that tops off and goes into the hopper chain. And then down below, underneath our farm, we have our collection system. So the hopper underneath goes into this item filter where we have seeds and wheat. So it comes out and in, and the wheat goes into a self-powered dropper here, goes up the water elevator into the hopper chain, and the seeds, they come down here, and we've got a chest here that will, double chest will fill up when the signal strength from there equals 15. That will allow the hopper underneath to output into here, which is another self-powered dropper spitting into lava directly underneath. So yeah, a roundabout way of getting what I wanted, but that seems to work pretty well. So I'm just going to seal this up, and then we can have a go at AFKing at this farm. So I got my vibe on with this thing pretty well. We just blasted through what is, how many shulkers? I've forgotten. I think it's 8 shulkers in total. Yeah, it must be, of bone meal. And in return, the system is working, and we have at least 3 extra shulkers of wheat here piled in, which is pretty good. There's probably some more in the shulker still getting loaded at the top there, but 3 complete new shulkers of wheat. So I'm going to 6, 7, 8. I'm going to reload the machine, and then we can just leave this thing going again, get ourselves a whole bunch more. And so I have been busy doing some extra farming stuff. Look at all this mud. Mud, mud, mud. We have a lot of it here. This is the latest cube we have made in our machine. That's why I put hay there. And yeah, we've been going pretty well, and we've been moving it all close over to where we have our hay production, which is in this direction, because we're going to combine the two and see how many of the mud bricks or packed mud we can make first, and then mud bricks, because we've also been pretty busy with the hay, the wheat, sorry. Look at all that. Been pumping it out. We've pretty much run out of bone meal, and I need to go back to the farm now to get a lot more of it. And here's our mud. We've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and a bit shulkers of mud. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we should just be able to take, let's take like 4 of these, bring them over here. Okay, there's all our materials, 4 shulkers of each. Now we're going to get down to some crafting. So there we have it. Converted all of that, so we've got 2 shulkers packed mud, 2 shulkers of mud bricks, and some leftover shulkers over here. Where did I pick up those from? There. Superb. Mission success, I guess. We've managed to get 2 little farms together to help us get some of these new materials, and now we have a good supply, starter supply of these to be able to do any building work with. So, very happy with that. Nice work. So this is Harlock's new little shop, Tiki Tom's Totally Awesome Copper and Wax Shop. Nice, I like the style. And of course he has his coppers, all oxidized, very nice. Oh, that's interesting, just the one variety, as well as mangrove roots, mangrove wood. I think he's also got that in his other shop. Dried kelp blocks, oh, shulkers of them. Okay, there's your honey, and also, yeah, he's selling a mud and packed mud. Interesting. I guess there's no value in selling packed mud bricks because it's the same. You just buy, what's that, 2 stacks per diamond. So, yeah, I guess you'd need to buy 4 stacks of it in order to get the bricks, but not worth me selling those if he's already doing so. And I like the little mangrove palm tree. That's fancy. With the cocoa beans. Good touch. Nice work, Harlock. So I was just watching DocM77, The Man, The Legends, latest NeueCraft episode, and I saw he built himself a water elevator. with a block swapper at the bottom, which I've done a few times as well. But noticed something specific about the entrance to his elevator. I've always used like, what do you call these things? Gates in here. But I saw on his video, he didn't draw attention to it in any way, but I saw he used Glow Lichen to hold back water. Does this work? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we'll do it both sides for symmetry. That's amazing. That's so much better. Gotta be careful, I guess, to not knock it off accidentally. A little easier to break than the gates, but I don't think there's anything in here if a risk of flood occurred that would necessarily get broken. The water should be stopped from going behind here and getting into my redstone, so I should be safe. That's awesome. Love it. I'm going to use that forever from now on, whenever we have that. On the subject of Glow Lichen, where did it come from? Here, yeah, that's what I've got. I now have 11 pieces to my name, so I'm going to get more. And we've just made ourselves a little micro farm in our new area, so we're going to go make another. I've got my ender chest on me, I believe I have. Cool, I have access to redstone. So we're going to go down here and make ourselves another little micro farm back here. The first of what I think will be many. This will be a Glow Lichen farm. Right, so one of the simplest Glow Lichen farms I know of is simply this. We have a dispenser where we've got to put some bone meal. Need to go get some. We break the lichen on the front of the observer, which pulses this and brings it back and dispenses the bone meal again. Okay, so we've got ourselves some perfect shears here as well, and in theory, if we just stand here now, didn't quite work, did it? What am I doing wrong? I think the redstone block just needs to be starting at the bottom. Does that work? Yes, there we go. That's not reliable, is it? I'm doing it too quickly. There we go. I'm going to make this better. So I improved this farm a little bit more. Let me just stop that for a minute. Yeah, I previously had a wood block here. I replaced it with obsidian because I kept nearly breaking it, and then I just doubled up the dispenser count here, powered it by the side, and yeah, stuck in some hoppers for bone meal. Chewing through the bone meal here. How much have we got? Look at that. That's quite a healthy dose of Glow Lichen in just a couple of minutes. Now I could just go and buy this from the shops because I know it's definitely for sale there somewhere. I'm sure Harlock is selling it, but one of the themes for me this season is to be self-sufficient, and here we are doing that. Spending less money, spending more time doing the things that prevent me from spending money and give me things to build as well. So I've been enjoying making these micro farms a lot. We'll probably fit quite a few more in here over time, and expand this little area out because there's obviously lots of farms of this type that will go in here, but we're going to need a bit more bone meal to power some of them. So I think I'm going to head on over to the bone meal farm because I think last time I used it I broke it. So I'm going to go fix that and top up on our bone meal supplies so we can expand our micro farm empire here. Alright, so I fixed this guy. There were a couple of sort of lava-water interactions that broke somewhat after I think I must have gone AFK and got kicked from the server, and it doesn't like that. So I fixed it, AFK'd, and I made sure we got a lot of more bone meal in the machine here, and I've taken away as much as I can carry. So we're going to head back to base and top up our supplies there. There we go. Farms are all topped up with bone meal, and as is our backup supply, all topped up in here too. Now I have a lot of bone meal again, and I think next time we might expand some of the bone meal based farms we're going to do in here. Dye is the obvious next thing to look at. So I think we can get ourselves a bit self-sufficient on dyes, because we do tend to use them a fair bit as well. A few other things as well I've been busy with just in the background, because I've been working sort of inside the base and over here and creating new areas. It prompted me to just start thinking about adding some other bits here and there. So all of this floor is new, extending out to here. This staircase is new. Previously I just had a staircase this side. I did have one going down here. I've moved this one this side down a little, tidied up the floor down here, got rid of more than half of the incoming rail lines, because I'm only using one at the moment for the honey farm now. So that's all been cleaned up. And then, yeah, I just sort of tidied up all of this, made this little runway all the way down here with more stair access, and additionally tidied up all of this. Still a bit work in progress. I've got to put a wall texture in here. But yeah, it's all looking really nice. Even down the end here, I had, here's the output from my potions all coming into these chests, and then down the end here, a little stair system going all the way back up again, and eventually going to come down here, do a bit of mining. This goes all the way down to deep slate diamond level. I need deep slate more than diamonds, so I'm just going to come down here and mine a whole bunch of deep slate up, and in return hopefully get a few diamonds out of it at the same time. That's the idea. So the base is coming on internally. There's still quite a bit of tidying up to do, but it's nice to just spend a bit of time making things look neat and tidy, making the best of the space that I've created down here. Wow, that's a long elevator. There's still a few bits of tidying up I want to do around here, get rid of all of these stone on the inside, make it all look neat and tidy at some points, but overall, very happy with how the base is starting to look now. It's coming on beautifully. So I think we'll leave that one here for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then please give us a like, and if you'd like to see more of what we get up to here on NeueCraft, then please subscribe. Still a hell of a lot more to do, and hoping to see more of our fellow server mates around over the next couple of weeks as well, as some holidays come to an end and people start to become a little bit more available. So all that's left to do is say thanks again, and we'll see you all next time. Take care for now. Bye bye.